talk, Gage.
Look, I just came from the Erd Tree. I did some combat. I'm coming for you, Sauron. This is pretty stupid. I don't know if everyone's seen me. This is my Elden Ring character. I'm coming for you. I gotta put my weapons away. You know, to make the video, I gotta put my weapons away. See, this is my stance. Forward with this, like in Sekiro, hold it very, almost like, then you get, okay. Now imagine if I did the whole video looking like this. What's up everyone? This is Engage here, and welcome back to another video. So today is gonna be a more controversial video on the channel. I'm gonna be talking about Elden Ring. So to give you all a little bit of a history about me, about the series, specifically the Soulsborne series. I gotta put my sword away. I gotta put this thing down. Alright, so specifically with the Soulsborne, Sekiro. Is the hat distracting? Should I take this off? I should probably take it off. Alright, so my history with the series is that I played Dark Souls 1 very briefly. I played the first level and beat it, and nothing else at all. And then later, I would end up playing Sekiro shortly after that game came out, and I actually did finish that. I beat it. I got one of the bad endings, and I sold it.
Gage, what have you done?
I'm not even joking. I literally sold the game after I got the bad ending, and I was like, I'm not gonna play this again. I'm never gonna do it. Which, in hindsight, I kind of wish I didn't do that.
You moron!
Because I kind of have had the desire to play it again more recently. So that's on me. So yeah, that's kind of my history with the series that FromSoftware makes. I enjoyed Sekiro quite a bit, and I do think it's a very high quality game. It just drove me mad sometimes. But anyways, we're not talking about Sekiro in this video. Obviously, we're talking about
Nice.
We're gonna be talking about Elden Ring. And some of my thoughts on the game. I got it shortly after launch, and I played it a bunch, and then I stopped playing it for a while, and I decided to make this video because I wanted to talk about and record. I wanted to archive my thoughts on this game in 2023 when I made this video. Without further ado, let's get into my spicy takes. So just to let y'all know off the top of this video, I put around 40 hours into this game. So by no means is it a lot of time invested. However, it's still enough for me to have an opinion about the game and its core mechanics. And oh my gosh, like, I want to fall head over heels for this game. I want to enjoy it and like it just as much as everybody else seems to, or at least a majority of people seem to. I just can't. Like, as hard as I've tried to fully invest and immerse myself into everything about this game and the culture around it, I just have such a hard time doing it. And I didn't understand why. Like, something just didn't add up for me. Like, I was able to step away from this game, whereas I can't really do that with some other games. So let me first start out with some of the positives about this game. For one, I think that the combat is very solid. It's very fun, it's weighty. The variety of weapons can obviously change up your fighting style and how the game feels to play for you. But it is overall really snappy, fluid, and really, really good. I like how, you know, you have the dodge roll, and then I used a shield for pretty much my entire playthrough. So I had options for both, you know, blocking and dodging, and then the just attacking with your melee weapon, very solid, as well as using long range weapons such as like a bow and arrow as an example. Also very good. It mixes up the gameplay a little bit. Another thing that I like a lot is the world and creature design. The world design is really phenomenal. It's excellently made. It's extremely immersive and beautiful. And it always impressed me, that first area, whenever it would like rain, or it was during the day, or even at nighttime, you would just see all the foliage moving with the wind, and it was just really cool and immersive. And I just found the different biomes and areas in this game to just be really creative, really imaginative. It's rare that I play a game that feels so well thought out and so creatively designed. Because most time we get very gritty, realistic kind of games like this that are very like real looking, and there's not much creativity because it's based on real life. But I like how Elden Ring really embraces its fantasy and makes some insane landmarks and areas and just things that you find in the world. And it's just crazy. It's craziness, the things that you can find in this game. And as I said, the creature design is also very, very good. The enemies in this game are excellently designed. The variety is really, really good. And, you know, you'll just be exploring and you find like this weird, you know, plant thing that shoots out spores, and you find, you know, this weird dog bat thing, and I don't want to, you know, show it on screen or go into too much detail, but you just find some crazy looking creatures and different creatures that have different move sets that you have to kind of learn and figure out how they all work when you go to fight them. So I do like the variety quite a bit in terms of creatures and their design in the world. Really, really good and well done. Now for my negatives. This is mainly what the main points of this video that I wanted to make. And look, let me just say, this is by no means me saying that, look, the game is horribly designed or it's trash or bad. You know, I don't think that. I have mad respect for this game, and like I said, I want to enjoy it as much as other people do. I just personally find myself not as engrossed and immersed in everything around this game. I'm just not as into it as I kind of wish I was. So keep that in mind whenever I do talk about my negatives. These are things that just kind of bother me personally that I wish were different or designed differently. I just wish my experience was a little different in these core areas. So the first thing is I felt like I couldn't experiment with my loadout in the game. I felt like I was pushed into just using my starting weapon and just upgrade it and level it up as much as I could and just stay with that, because if I experimented with something else, it could end up, you know, it's going to be a lot weaker than the katana I started out with, and it could just end up costing me a death. You know, I could end up dying, and I didn't want that. So for literally 99% of my game, my time in this game, I just used my katana because I started out as the samurai class, and I never stopped using that thing. And whenever I got to the point in the game where I could level up my weapons, I just went straight to leveling up my katana. And it was super good, it was super strong and fast, but it didn't add much variety into the gameplay, so it ended up feeling kind of samey as far as the combat. You know, I think that it could have been a little more, have a little more variety if I were to experiment a little. But like I said, I felt like it didn't matter because I wasn't going to invest as much in those other weapons. And so maybe the design, the idea of it is that you try out a play style and you like the moves and attack speeds of certain weapons or the attack damage, and that potential makes you want to level that one up from there. But I personally just found it kind of limiting in scope and made me want to just push me in a corner and use just my katana for most of the gameplay. But y'all let me know, is that something you also feel about this game or not? Maybe that's just me, but that's something that I wanted to throw in this video. And as I said earlier, I really like the world design of this game, and I really appreciate the lack of HUD elements and the freedom in exploration. this game follows a similar vein as things like Breath of the Wild, the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, as well as games like Subnautica and Below Zero as well. And I think Outer Wilds as well, although I've never played that for myself. It's the kind of open world design that part of the enjoyment of the game is just exploring the world that the developers have made. So while I appreciate that a whole lot, and I like how it's not guided, and I like that you can explore it at your own pace, I still found myself getting lost and unsure what to do next quite often. And again, maybe this is a problem with me. Maybe all this is, it probably is. You know, this is just my personal experiences with this game. But ultimately what led me to stop playing it is the fact that I got lost and I had no idea what to do. Like, I would explore, and yeah, that was fun, but I would always end up hitting a roadblock and then being like, all right, I kind of do want to finish the game. And then I would just get stuck and get lost and not know where to go. And, you know, I found out that the Sites of Grace will have that little line that kind of directs you where to go from that specific Site of Grace. And, you know, I started like tracking all those, looking where all of them were pointing and trying to find all the Sites of Grace that I missed. And I still end up, you know, run into a lot of difficulties. And recently when I went back to play this game for this video that I'm making now, I ended up finding, I think, where I'm supposed to go, at least one of the areas I'm supposed to go to defeat a certain boss. And I could not for the life of me beat this guy. I could not do it. I tried over and over and over again. And, you know, look, my tolerance for difficulty in games is pretty high. Like, I've beat a lot of very difficult games and some of the most difficult games of all time. But this one, oh my gosh. The reason why I stopped fighting this boss after many attempts, honestly, is the fact that halfway through fighting him, there was this one part where he would power up and have like this red lightning around his weapons, and he would do this retarded move that would instantly kill my guy, and there was no way of dodging. First I tried just running side to side, and and then that didn't work, and then I tried dodging, that didn't work, and then I tried timing my dodges even tighter, that didn't work. Then I tried getting on the horse, that didn't work, and then there was like one time by a fluke it just didn't hit me, and I was like, wow, that was cool. But then every other time it hit me and there was no way to dodge it, and I was like, this maybe I'm missing something in this boss, maybe I don't understand how I'm supposed to fight him, but I felt like it was unfair. Like, I felt like there was nothing I could do to dodge this guy. No amount of playing the game would get me there, you know? Like, I felt like this was just unfair. And who knows, maybe that's just me not understanding this boss fight, or not giving it enough time, but I just ended up getting a little frustrated with it and put the game down. Of course, after I finished getting the footage I needed for this video, but that was just something I ran into while getting lost in this game. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Elden Ring. Overall, I really respect this game. I really like it. I appreciate it. But I find myself not getting into it as much as I want to. And I wish it was the kind of game that I could just, play over and over and over again and just keep replaying it and find something new and awesome about it every single time. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if this game is for me necessarily, which is fine. It's totally okay. No problem with that at all. Of course, all of us have preferences, things that we enjoy, things that we don't. And maybe this is just something that I can't really get into as much as many other people have, because I know this is just one of those greatest games of all time for a lot of people, best games ever. But for me personally, I just don't get into as much. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Elden Ring. Those are my opinions from my experiences with the game, about around 40 hours of playtime. But what do you all think? about the video. Leave it in the comments below. What do you think about Elden Ring? I'd love to hear about that. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you didn't, thank you for watching this long. I appreciate it. And be sure to engage that subscribe button down below. But with all that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. God bless. Holy crap. Okay, so this is editing Engage here. I literally just was replaying Elden Ring to get footage for this video, and I beat the boss.
Nobody's here.
Never mind. Elden Ring, 10 out of 10. Whole video doesn't matter anymore.